Ladies and gentlemen, if you only knew how one single text could flip a man's entire emotional world, you'd never text the same way again. Most women send messages that keep a conversation alive, but the women men obsessed over send messages that make his heart race, his mind replay, and his energy shift. Today, I'm going to show you the 4 texts men secretly crave, the ones that make him lean in, chase harder, and feel something he doesn't feel with anyone else. And once you understand these, you won't be wondering whether he likes you. You'll be watching how fast he shows it. Men don't fall for a woman because she sends the most messages, replies the fastest, or gives him constant access to her attention. They fall for the woman whose presence, even through a single text, makes them feel something. Emotion is the currency of attraction, especially for men who are used to surface-level interactions, predictable conversations, and routine communication. When a woman sends a message that carries intention, personality, and emotional color, she separates herself from the noise. She becomes the text he looks forward to, not just another notification he forgets to open. Most people text to maintain connection, but the women men remember text to create connection. The difference is subtle but powerful. One is about keeping someone comfortable, the other is about inviting them into a feeling. Think about it. A man doesn't replay a paragraph of logistics, he replays the message that made him feel alive. He doesn't cherish the text that tells him you're bored, he holds on to the one that made him smile unexpectedly. When a man falls in love with texting you, it's rarely because of the information you gave him, it's because of the emotional experience you created. This doesn't mean you have to be poetic, overly romantic, or constantly witty. It simply means you stop texting from a place of fear or pressure. When a woman texts hoping to get validation, to keep him engaged, or to prevent him from losing interest, the energy behind her words becomes heavy. Even if her text sounds fine, something about it feels needy, urgent, or unclear. Men may not articulate this consciously, but they feel it. In contrast, when you text from a place of emotional stability and genuine curiosity, your messages carry lightness, confidence, and intention, qualities men naturally gravitate toward. A man falls for the text that makes him feel desired, not chased. There's a difference. A woman who desires him expresses interest without losing herself. She lets him know she enjoys him, but she never uses her texts to ask for permission to matter. Meanwhile, a woman who chases tries to force a connection through her words. She over-explains, overshares, or over-initiates, hoping he will reassure her through his replies. Men can feel this emotional weight, and it repels rather than attracts. Remember, attraction isn't built when someone does the most. It's built when someone does the right things in the right energy. The texts that make men fall are often simple, yet they spark emotion because they stand out in a world full of predictable patterns. A playful tease, a thoughtful moment, a brief but meaningful compliment, these create a mini experience for him. They interrupt the monotony of his day and remind him that connection can feel exciting. Men crave that. They don't want texting to feel like a responsibility. They want it to feel like a spark. When your message changes the emotional temperature of his day, even slightly, you become memorable. What many women misunderstand is that men don't need grand gestures to feel deeply connected. They respond to small emotional cues, the warmth in your tone, the confidence behind your words, the care in your humor. A woman who can deliver emotional resonance in just a few words has more power than the one who writes novels but reveals nothing of her inner world. Men fall for the woman who knows how to be both present and mysterious, expressive yet selective. Not because she's trying to manipulate him, but because she respects her own emotional bandwidth and communicates with integrity. This kind of texting requires you to shift your mindset from, how do I keep him interested, to how do I stay connected to who I am while I'm communicating with him. The moment your focus shifts inward instead of outward, your texts naturally become more attractive. You stop overthinking. You stop sending messages just to fill silence. You stop trying to force momentum. Instead, your texts become reflections of genuine moments, a thought you want to share, a feeling that arises, a playful spark that comes naturally. Men can feel the difference between a text that comes from authenticity and one that comes from insecurity. Another reason men fall for emotion-sparking texts is because they reveal qualities that men value deeply but rarely articulate. A text that makes him feel something shows him that you are emotionally attuned, playful, thoughtful, or confident. Qualities that signal you're someone with depth. Men fall for the emotional world a woman invites them into, When you text with intention, you show him a glimpse of your emotional intelligence, and that is profoundly attractive. You're not just giving him your attention, you're giving him an experience, even in a few seconds. But none of this works if you don't first anchor yourself in self-worth. If you text hoping he'll choose you, your words will feel different than if you text knowing you already choose yourself. Men can sense when you are centered versus when you are seeking approval. When you're centered, your texts flow effortlessly. You say what you genuinely want to say. You express interest without fear. You receive his messages without overthinking. You allow silence without panicking. That emotional steadiness makes everything you send feel more grounded and more appealing. The truth is, men fall for the woman who gives him something to feel, but not something to fix. When your texts carry ease, confidence, humor, curiosity, or warmth, he enjoys engaging with you. He doesn't feel pressured, controlled, or drained. He feels lifted. People always want to return to the place that makes them feel good. Your texts become that place. Not because you're performing, but because you're aligned with your authentic emotional state. Knowing how to create emotional impact isn't about crafting perfect lines. It's about understanding the emotional imprint your words leave behind. A simple text like, "I saw something that reminded me of you," hits different because of the feeling it evokes. It shows interest, it shows thought, it shows presence, and it invites him to step into the conversation with more investment. Tiny emotional signals create big emotional reactions. Men fall for feelings, not formulas. They fall for the woman who knows how to make a moment feel alive. They fall for the woman who makes texting feel like connection, not communication duty. Most importantly, they fall for the woman who knows that attraction is not built through effort, but through emotional resonance. The kind that lingers long after the phone is put down. A text is never just a text. It carries intention, energy, and emotional tone long before the man even reads the words. People often focus on what to say, but men are far more influenced by the energy behind your message. A woman can send the most perfectly crafted sentence, but if it comes from insecurity, fear, or the need to convince him of her value, it lands flat or overwhelming. Another woman can send something incredibly simple, and if it comes from confidence, ease, and emotional self-respect, it lands powerfully. Men may not consciously analyze it, but they feel it immediately. The energy behind your words matters because texting removes body language, vocal tone, and physical presence, everything that normally helps communicate your state. That means the emotional place you write from becomes amplified. When you text from anxiety, it shows up as over-explaining, apologizing unnecessarily, double texting, or trying too hard to sound interesting. When you text from confidence, your words feel spacious, grounded, and effortless. One version makes a man feel pressured, the other makes him feel drawn in. The right text isn't crafted to manipulate his reaction, it's sent because it reflects your authentic emotional state. A confident woman doesn't text to check if she still matters to him. She texts because she enjoys the moment of connection, not because she needs reassurance. Her energy is self-contained. She isn't waiting on his reply to determine her mood for the day. That kind of emotional independence is magnetic. Men are pulled toward women who don't hand their worth over in every message. When your energy is right, your texts don't chase validation, they communicate presence. "I like talking to you" feels different from "do you still like me?" even if the words aren't directly saying that. Men feel the weight of neediness and the lightness of confidence, and that distinction is what determines whether he leans in or pulls back. No man falls in love with a woman because she tries the hardest. He falls because she embodies a feeling that makes him want to step closer. Confidence in texting isn't about being cold or aloof. It's about communicating with warmth without sacrificing self-respect. It's being expressive without oversharing. It's showing interest without making him your emotional anchor. When you text with that kind of clarity and self-possession, you send a message far more powerful than any words. "I enjoy this, but I'm not dependent on it." That energy creates safety and attraction simultaneously. Men want to pursue a woman who invites connection, but doesn't hinge her emotional world on it. This kind of energy also allows you to be playful without fear. Many women hold back their personality because they're worried about being misunderstood or judged. But when you're texting from confident energy, you don't shrink. You allow your humor, vulnerability, and curiosity to show naturally. You're not performing, you're expressing. Men love women who communicate authentically because it feels refreshing, especially in a world full of filtered personas and guarded messages. Authentic energy is rare, and men remember the women who carry it. Your energy also determines how you receive his messages. A woman texting from fear will read too deeply into his tone, overanalyze delays, and assume negative intent where there is none. A woman communicating from grounded energy gives space, assumes good intentions, and doesn't spiral because he replied okay instead of sending a paragraph. The way you interpret his messages influences how you respond, and that shapes the entire emotional climate of the connection. Texting from the right energy also means knowing when not to text. Women who text from anxiety tend to fill silence with messages that dilute their presence. They send updates, unnecessary check-ins, or repeated questions because the quiet feels like rejection. Women who text from emotional solidity understand that space is not the enemy, it's part of the rhythm of attraction. They allow him to miss them. They allow anticipation to build. They trust that interest doesn't disappear just because they're not constantly visible. That trust, that calmness, creates a gravitational pull. Confidence in texting is also about boundaries, not barriers. Boundaries are simply expressions of your standard. The energy of a boundary isn't confrontational, it's calm. If a man sends something disrespectful, inconsistent, or overly suggestive, a confident woman doesn't lose her composure or overreact. She simply redirects, sets a standard, or chooses not to engage. Her energy says, I'm not here to make you behave. I'm here to choose what aligns with me. Men respect and feel magnetized by that kind of woman. When your energy is strong, you don't fear being misunderstood. You don't panic when a man doesn't reply instantly. You don't overthink every message. You're not trying to decode him. You're building a connection slowly and intentionally. That relaxed inner world translates into messages that feel easy to engage with. A man feels safe to be himself around a woman who isn't reactive, defensive, or emotionally chaotic. He feels safe to flirt, to open up, to lead the conversation, not because she demands it, but because her energy invites it. Men love texts that reflect emotional warmth paired with emotional independence. A simple hope your day's going well from a confident woman feels sweet, not clingy. A playful tease feels fun, not like a test. A compliment feels flattering, not like a plea for attention. Her energy changes the meaning of the message entirely. And because her energy is rooted in self-worth, she never sends messages she will later resent. She doesn't give more than she means. She doesn't say things she hopes will compensate for him giving less. Every word is aligned with her sense of value. The energy you bring to texting also influences how a man invests in you. Men naturally invest more in women who show that they expect effort but don't demand it. Women who value themselves inspire pursuit. When you text like someone who already feels complete, you create a dynamic in which he wants to contribute to your happiness, not become the source of it. That's the kind of energy that makes men step up, not step back. Texting with the right energy ultimately comes down to self-trust. Trusting that you don't have to force connection. Trusting that your presence is enough. Trusting that you can express interest without fear. Trusting that if he doesn't respond the way you hope, you lose nothing because your value remains intact. That kind of emotional foundation turns every text into a reflection of strength, softness, and inner security. Men don't fall for the words, they fall for the woman whose energy makes those words feel irresistible. Men are drawn to a specific emotional rhythm in communication, a balance between clarity and mystery that feels real, inviting, and exciting. This balance isn't a manipulation or a game. It's simply a reflection of a woman who communicates with honesty while still honoring her own depth. When you express interest clearly, you give a man direction. When you maintain a sense of mystery, you give him room to move toward you. Together, these two elements create a magnetic pull that men can't ignore. Clarity means you allow him to feel your warmth, your engagement, and your genuine desire to connect. It's the text that acknowledges his effort, the smile he can hear through the phone, the playful spark that makes him feel wanted. Men love feeling chosen. It reassures them, grounds them, and inspires them to invest. Too many women fear showing interest because they assume it will make them look desperate or available, but clear interest, when paired with self-respect, actually communicates confidence. It says, I'm not afraid to like you, but I'm also not afraid to lose you. Mystery, on the other hand, isn't withholding. It's simply not overexposing. It's knowing the value of your inner world and not handing it over before it's earned. Most people mistake mystery for silence or limited responses, but real mystery comes from having a life beyond your texts. It's the sense that you are present but not consumed, open but not emptied, engaging but not endlessly available. Men aren't intrigued by what you don't say, they're intrigued by who you are when you're not saying everything. The combination of these two elements creates emotional tension, the healthy kind that fuels attraction. A message that shows appreciation followed by the space for him to respond allows him to step forward. A playful tease paired with a hint of sincerity makes him want to know more. A genuine compliment delivered lightly leaves him wondering what else you think of him. Men fall for the experience of being drawn in, not dragged in. When you can express interest without flooding him with access, he feels both desired and challenged. This is the balance that makes him pursue. A woman who is too mysterious, too cold, guarded, or distant confuses him. A woman who is too clear, too eager, too available, too predictable removes the thrill of discovery. But the woman who offers clarity wrapped in a little mystery makes him feel something he can't articulate, connection paired with curiosity. Men crave clarity because it reduces the fear of rejection. Men crave mystery because it activates their natural instinct to discover, explore, and understand. When a man is interested in a woman who gives him both, he invests effort without being asked. He sends longer texts, he initiates more, he plans ahead. He tries to impress her, not because she demands it, but because the emotional pull she creates makes him want to rise to the occasion. This balance also challenges men in a healthy way. Clarity tells him he's not wasting his time, that his effort is noticed and appreciated. Mystery tells him he hasn't fully unlocked you yet, that there is more to learn, more to uncover, more to win. That combination keeps him engaged. Men don't fall for women who overwhelm them with detail or for women who shut them out. They fall for women whose inner world feels rich, layered, and worth the journey. Protecting your mystery means not giving him every answer immediately. It's allowing some questions to remain open. It's letting stories unfold over time instead of cramming them into one long message. It's sharing pieces of your life in moments, not monologues. It's showing him who you are gradually, intentionally, and naturally. Not because you're hiding, but because intimacy is earned, not handed out. Clarity allows him to relax around you. When you express attraction, he steps up. When you send appreciation, he feels trusted. When you acknowledge his presence, he feels seen. But clarity doesn't mean you eliminate boundaries. You can be clear about your interest and clear about your standards at the same time. Men respond powerfully to a woman who says, "I enjoy this, but here's what I expect." That kind of clarity doesn't push men away. It pulls the right ones closer. Mystery shows your emotional independence. It tells him you have a life, passions, routines, dreams, and interests outside of him. That independence is intoxicating to men because it removes pressure. He feels like he's joining your world, not becoming the center of it. When you aren't rushing connection, he feels safe to take his time too. When you don't reveal every detail at once, he feels excited to explore. When you leave space, he feels compelled to fill it. This balance also prevents miscommunication. Clarity ensures he knows you're not playing games with detachment. Mystery ensures you're not oversharing your life story to compensate for silence. When a woman communicates this way, her messages feel grounded. A man doesn't wonder whether she's upset, uninterested, or testing him. Instead, he feels that she's emotionally mature, expressive, and steady. Qualities that elevate the relationship dynamic. The truth is, men fall for the woman who leaves emotional breadcrumbs, not essays. She doesn't reveal everything, nor does she hide everything. She gives him just enough to connect, but not enough to complete the picture. That incomplete picture is what keeps him invested. Humans are wired to seek closure, and when a woman allows the story to unfold slowly, he becomes eager to turn the next page. This rhythm also makes your interactions feel more meaningful. When you don't flood him with constant texts, each message feels intentional. When you don't reveal every feeling instantly, your vulnerability feels precious. When you don't respond instantly all the time, your attention feels valued. This isn't game playing. It's the natural outcome of having a full, vibrant life that doesn't revolve around your phone. Men also feel empowered when navigating this balance. Clarity gives them direction. They know when to flirt, when to escalate, when to step up. Mystery gives them purpose. They feel motivated to pursue, to impress, to understand. Many men pull away when they sense a woman has already done all the work for them. but they lean in when they feel that their effort has meaning and impact. The woman who masters this balance is unforgettable because she makes a man feel both steady and alive. She gives him comfort and excitement, assurance and intrigue, presence and distance. She creates a communication dynamic where he feels both safe to express himself and inspired to pursue her. That dynamic is what forms deeper emotional bonds. Men fall not just for the woman who is easy to understand, but for the woman who feels like a journey marked by clarity and direction and mystery and experience.